All right. Thanks for your patience. Here we go. Here we are with a glare. Um, we're on class 8, and Geshe has inserted a lam rim yet again. Um, somebody read this. Roxana, would you read this for us kindly?
Sure thing, perfect. Give the name of the text that we will use for our study of the steps of the path to enlightenment. Also give the name of its author and his dates. Then give the same for the commentary to his work, to this work that we will study.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, what's our next book? Does anybody know? You just have to know.
You mean the next book we will study now during or during?
Yeah, the question that you just read, what's the next book we're using?
Ah, okay. I thought you were talking about the retreat we're having now. Is it
I think
the
the answer is the same for both.
Oh,
Yeah.
then my spiritual life. Huh.
Yeah, that's what Geshe was using in the retreat.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes. Um, or yes, correct. What are his dates?
Of Kappa.
Yeah.
135714119.
Wow, perfect. Sounds like a Mexican phone number. Um, I think they have 8 digits, right? Okay. And who wrote a commentary on it?
Shoni Lama.
What are his dates, Smarty Pants?
Um, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try.
One, 1675174 8. Yay!
That's pretty.
Thanks. I like memorizing dates. I'm sure you're not shocked. Um, okay, read this.
We will be studying the Song of My Spiritual Life, also known as the Brief Presentation of the Steps of the Path, written by Jetson Kappa Lobsang Drakpa, 1357, 1419. The commentary we will use is the Brief Illumination of the Essence, written by Choni Lama Drakpa, 1675, 1748.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's famous. Read that.
Nyamgur.
What does that mean?
Song?
Gu, gu can mean song. Um, Nyam
Uh,
mean
Practice?
Yeah, my own experience or something, my own practice. It's very famous because it's like one of the only places that Jason Kappa talks about his own experience. And the refrain, I think of every verse is, this is what I did as a yogi. You should do something this, you should do the same, right? Okay. And and this,
Lamrin du tön.
yeah. Natalia, is Natalia here? Oh wait, not Natalia. Anastasia, what's dudun mean?
Summarized meaning,
Yeah, where did you see this?
brief presentation
I know where.
in my book.
Yeah, in your book this morning, like 7 times. Yeah, dudun. Summarized. This one just means summary, meaning short, brief, short. It's a summary presentation. It's a short lamrim. It's not his shortest though. What's Jason Kappa's shortest lamrim?
The poem.
Definitely the poem.
Lamson Namsum.
Yay, ACI won. All right, I'll just read this. Jason Kappa Lobsang Japa is his name. Lobsang means pure mind. Drakpa means famous or well known. J means Lord. Song Songka Pa means the person from the area called Songka, close to the Songka River. A Tibetan here. Um, read this, Roxanne.
Nimpo dördü selva.
Yeah, good. It's the Selwa. What's that?
Clarification.
Yeah, clarification, illuminate. They usually say illumination, like it has a it has the implied meaning of like light to make it clear, like light in a day or something. Of the Ningpo
The essence
of the Dordu.
of the brief summary.
Yeah, so it's either illuminating the meaning of the essence of the brief summary or a summarized meaning of the essence. What does Geshe said? The brief illumination of the essence. Hmm. I don't know how long it is. And then Choni Lama Jakpa Shedrup. Shedrup means he explained the Dharma and he accomplished the goals. Um, Jakpa also means famous here. Chone is a place like I don't know, Bessarabia, right? Um, or Lviv, right? This is just a place. He's from here. And he's the Lama from there. All right, very famous Lama. Amazing author. Question two. Mm, Mariana with her beautiful microphone.
Yes, glowing. There has to be something exciting in the frame, right? So I just put my mic there.
You're already so exciting.
Fishing for compliments. Thank you.
Read this.
Why does Jitsun Kappa bow down to gentle voice Manjushri at the very beginning of his work?
Yeah. What do you think, Mariana?
I think that he has to bow down to someone.
Hey,
So,
you're gonna bow down
yeah,
to someone. It might as well be Manjushri.
yes.
Uh,
And I remember, if I'm not mistaken, he was like receiving direct teachings from him.
yeah, there's three levels. He was a normal guy, who's just really smart. He received teachings from Manjushri, or he was Manjushri.
Also possible.
You pick. But at the beginning of a Buddhist book, if it says I'm bowing down to Manjushri, why Manjushri as opposed to like Buddhism Bodhisattvas or something else? Does anybody know?
Because it's a text on wisdom.
Yeah, it indicates that the subject matter is wisdom. Um, by an old decree of a king who said you should indicate, you should prostrate to specific people at the beginning of the text to indicate the subject matter of the book.
But actually, if he was gentle voice, he would just bow down to himself at the beginning of his own book.
Sure.
Actually, why not? No
Why
one,
not?
when there's no one better to bow down to usually.
Yeah, I mean, even if he was gentle voice to himself, he wouldn't have said that to people. He would have
Yeah.
acted like he wasn't, unless it was a very special disciple or person or something. Okay, read this.
The point is that Jitsongkapa, who is actually an emanation of Manjushri, has practiced and made supplication to Manjushri and thus met him directly and learned from him all that he was taught. He has taught.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. With Mariana. He is him and he's bowing to him because he learned from him.
I will remember this and use it at some point.
Yay!
Bowing down to myself.
That's what you got out of it. You're like, okay. All right, number three. Loan, please read
Yes, describe briefly the personage of
personages.
the
Yeah.
personages of
Yeah.
the lin,
Lineage.
lin, lineage who are written in each of the first five verses of Geshe text.
Yeah. I don't know who they are. It's usually the Buddha, uh, my Lord Maitreya, Arya Sangha, Arya Nagarjuna, and maybe Atisha? Maybe Master Vasubandhu gets thrown in there. Maybe Master Chandrakirti. I don't know. Who does he say? Buddha, Maitreya, Arya and the Sangha, Lord Atisha. Yay! I was right. And then they just say all the rest. Okay. Loan, read this.
Yes. Lord Buddha, whose body is produced by
Produ
millions,
produced.
produced by millions of vessels, whose speech fulfill of the hopes of infinity,
Infinite.
infinite
Yeah.
beings by teaching them, and whose mind sees the totality and true nature of all
Totality. Totality.
totality and true nature of all knowable things.
Yeah. Good. Uh, $100. Totality and true nature. Tibetan.
I'm
Cheese.
Chechen.
Huh?
I'm Chechen.
No, that's a good guess though. That's omniscience. That's a good guess.
Wasn't it How Things Are and Cheesy Tongue? That's the other one.
It's so close.
Ah,
She's
cheese.
close.
So close. It's
5 seconds.
How Things Are. And how many? Trunk? No.
Oh, look, she's close. She at
Cheese.
least knows what I'm talking about.
I remember how many. Trunk.
Ooh. All right, time up. You're very close. I'm glad you know what I'm referring to. Jinepa and Jitawa. Yeah. All the things there are and how they exist. Yeah. You want to look? Hold on, let's look. Cause here it is. Uh, no, I don't know it. Connecting without mistake, talk about importance. It might not be this one. Hold on. It might be this. Sorry, it's hard to find. Wait, here. No, that's Chippa. Anyway, it's Chinepa. I don't want to comb through the data. It might take a little while to find. But Chinepa and Jitawa. All right, she was close. Okay. No money, but you can read this, Roxana.
Undefeatable loving one, Maitreya, and gentle voice Manjushri, full Buddhas who emanate on this planet, pretending to be bodhisattvas in order to carry on the Buddha's teachings, most especially the lineages of widespread bodhisattva activities and of the profound view of emptiness, respectively.
Yeah, exactly. Good job. All right, Jessica, can you read this one?
Yes. Oh, um, Master Nagarjuna and Asanga, the innovators who commented upon the mother of the victors, just as it was meant to be.
Yeah, good. And then Jessica, read this too.
Lord Atisha, who rely upon the Master Lama Selimpa and Vidya Kokila to learn the traditions uh, of widespread activity and the profound view uh, of emptiness as they came down respectively. Uh, uh, sorry, effectively from Maitreya and Asanga and Manjushri and Nagarjuna, and who then combined these two currents into the teachings of the steps.
Yeah, good. Very good. I'll read the last one. Thank you, Jessica.
Yeah,
The
thank you.
lamas of, mm-hmm. You're welcome. The lamas of the lineage, including our own root lama, who teach the supreme entry point to their disciples. Ooh. 1 second. Yes, boo boo?
Fridge.
You want to go in the fridge? Okay, go ahead. All right. Number four. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love this one. I'll just read it. Explain the metaphors of the wish-giving jewel and the ocean. Okay, keep in mind Tibetans never saw the ocean. Okay, they only heard about it, right? So they just had like these kind of ideas about it. You want this, Bobo? You have to go ask Mama. Daddy's teaching. Go ask Mama. Just go show Mama. Okay. You need a fork? Mama has forks. It's the weekend. Uh, okay. You be right back? Okay. So what's the deal with the ocean to Tibetans? Anybody know?
Yes, so
Please explain. Ocean? No? The reason what Tibetans think about the ocean is that jewels come from there. So they call it like the source of jewels or things like that. They'll have metaphors like that. Um, like at the bottom of the ocean, there's all these jewels. And it's not totally crazy. But a little maybe. And then what about a wish-giving jewel? Does anybody know about wish-giving jewel?
It was something like it fulfills you the wish for enlightenment, but it gives you the deepest wishes you can't even imagine right now, something like that.
Yeah, it is something like that. So there's a myth of a jewel that you can find that if you like rub it certain ways and put it in certain like herbal concoctions and then like put it on a high place to dry, that it's like you know in the Middle East they have Aladdin's lamp. It's like that then you like rub it and then you get all your wishes fulfilled or something. So a lot of times the Dharma is or or even just people are akin to that, meaning they it is people that's the true wish fulfilling Joel helping people. And that, Roxana, is the thing that it's if you help people, you will get wishes that you didn't even think you wouldn't have even thought of. Because that's the problem with a wish fulfilling Joel, making good wishes, right? Yeah. All right. Read this. Somebody. Julia?
The teaching on the steps of the path are like with giving a jewel in that they provide the fulfillment of every wish for those who seek freedom. Science, when practiced properly, they lead to the higher bursts and defined good. These teachings are like an ocean in that they combine mm, all the meaning of the multitude of perfect Buddhist scriptures. Sorry,
Yeah, Buddhist scriptures. Yeah, good.
scriptures.
Um, yeah, here ocean isn't the jewel thing. An ocean here is just like it's vast. Okay. Um, And wait, what's the Tibetan word for ocean?
Yatso.
Yeah, what does that literally mean?
A large lake.
Yeah, wide lake. They're like, it's like a lake, but wide. Because, yeah. You know that lake up there? Like that, but wider. They've never seen the ocean. Okay. Um, okay. Question 5. I'll read it. Name and briefly explain the 4 special qualities of the teachings on the steps to enlightenment. Geshe taught this in the Lamrim teachings too. He went in very deep on it. And it's true. These 4 qualities are extremely accurate. If I didn't have Lamrim training, I don't know if I would understand anything about Buddhism. Seriously. Lamrim might have been the greatest thing that the Tibetans did to Buddhism or with Buddhism. Like as far as codifying it as a genre. Anyway, the 4, I don't, let me see. It explains, it gives all the teachings in a concise way in one place. Um, oof, oof. Yeah, don't remember all 4. All right, here we go. How many questions are there? 6. All right, cool. Yeah, this is the inconsistency one. Somebody help me read this. Daria.
Yeah, thank you. You realized that in so far there are all direct or indirect factors in reaching enlightenment. Absolutely, all of the Buddha's teachings are free of any inconsistency at all.
Yeah, yeah. There's no inconsistencies. It all matches up. Uchen? Daria?
Tenpa, temche,
Pamche.
ah, tamche, um, kel, kel, kelme, tok, tokpa,
Tok, not tok. Tok.
tok,
Yeah,
to,
tok.
tokpa,
Tok.
tok.
Yeah, first column.
Mhm,
Realize. Tok means you can't you can't
uh,
move through it. Tok means realize, okay?
mhm.
Okay, good. What's 2? Oh yeah, this is cool. Um, Go ahead, Daria.
Mhm. All of the high speech of the Buddha's strikes you
Strikes.
person strikes your personal device.
Read what it says, ma'am.
Mhm. Uh,
Advice.
Sunra, hmm?
Advice.
Advice. Advice.
Good. Yes.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
Sunrap.
Mm-hmm.
Sunrap ma. Uh, lu lu dam
Mm-hmm.
par lunda par.
Mm-hmm.
Cherwa.
Charwa.
Charwa.
Yeah. Sungra Malu, all of the uh what the Buddha said, which is called the highest speech, um, Charwa appears to you, strikes you, or as Dampa, advices, personal advice. I didn't explain this. Tenpa, teachings, Tamche, all of them. Tokpa, you realize. Um, me, there is no gel, contradiction, lack of consistency. All right. Yes. By the way, each one of these has like I think each one has like three sub things about it. I don't remember all of them. All right. Back to Roxana. Read this.
You will easily grasp the true intent of the victorious Buddhas. That is, how each and every teaching they give is directed at our reaching enlightenment, and how nothing they say is ever not so directed.
Yeah, can you read and explain this, Uchin?
Gelway Gongpa Delak Niepa. Oh, there's the Niepa.
Yeah.
Gelwa is Victor or Buddha.
Yes, good.
Gongpa is the true meaning of what they taught.
Correct.
De is happiness or bliss.
Yeah, these go together in this case.
Oh, Delak. Um, oh,
Easy.
easy. Oh.
Yeah. Daylock means easy. Yeah.
And Niepa is to find.
Yeah, or grasp here. You'll easily get it. Like in English we say get it, which also means to locate, find. Yeah. Good. Yay. Good job. Um, number D.
Who, me? Was it me? No, I just didn't hear.
Yes.
Okay, you will be protected from the great mistake of rejecting any of the Buddhist teachings because of this realization that they all contribute to one's reaching enlightenment.
Yeah. Just read the bottom.
Niechu Chempoi Yangsa Lesung.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be sunged, you'll be protected, lay from um the Yangsa, the great ravine. This means like a ravine, like a canyon of falling into that abyss of of ch committing a chempo, the great ne error, mistake, bad deed, right? Of rejecting any of the Buddhist teachings. At least you can say of the Buddhist teachings, they were designed for specific people, So you can't say they're wrong. You can't say any of them are wrong. You can just say, like my baby was just here, she's 2. If I can't teach her Uchen yet, right? So I taught her the word conductor a couple days ago. Like the metal was hot on my bike because it's like 100 degrees here already. I don't know, it's like 30 in Celsius. And she's like, hot, it's hot, Daddy, hot. I'm like, metal is a conductor. She's like, conductor? I'm like, yeah. It's just a seed, right? But that's appropriate to her, right? Like that. You have to at least say the Buddha was being appropriate to his audience. Okay? And yeah, if your student is an Arya or isn't a Bodhisattva or isn't on a high level, there's certain things you cannot teach them. And in Buddhism, if they're not ready for a teaching, it's considered illogical. Not wrong to teach them, but it itself is illogical. Okay, on the debate ground, if you say something that someone is not one step away from understanding, you are committing an illogical argument. Okay? All right, that's a whole other thing. All right. One last one. Kimchi. Kimchi's here. She not actually here?
I'm here.
Kimchi.
Yes.
Boy.
Yeah.
Read it. Read it.
Yes.
Read it. I'm
Yeah.
practicing my Vietnamese pronunciation. Read this.
Yeah. Explain one of the major benefits of learning and teaching the steps of the path.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
kind of what I was talking about. Geshe puts one, right? Okay. Read this, Kimchi, then we're done class.
Yes. Seeing the teachings on the steps of the path incorporate each and every one of the teaching of the Buddha in both the greater and lesser ways than in just a single period of studying or teaching the steps a person against the virtue of listening to and explaining the teaching in their entirety.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. That's it. All right. We'll be done course 9 next week. So we'll be halfway through. At the end of the 18 courses that we're reviewing, I'm gonna throw a big party in Mexico. It's a retreat. Um, and you can come if you want. I made it right after Geshe-la's retreat. So people only have to make one trip if they're coming from Asia or Europe or somewhere else far away. Um, so I'll put ads in the chats and stuff, and you guys can come if you want. It'll be fun. All right. All right. That's it. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. See you in Mixed Nuts if you come. Take
Yeah,
care.
thank you, teacher.
Cảm ơn thầy.
Thank you, translators. Thanks, Natalia. Thanks, Svetlana. Bye.